I have one niece, Isadora. We call her Isa. She's 2 years old. Anybody ever have 2-year-old kids around? Yeah? That's the only age we title. What do we call them? The terrible twos. And they're not terrible. I mean, they're 2 years old, but they do drive you crazy, right? Because they've mastered motor skills. So now they're dealing with concepts. And where do they get the concepts? From us. Drives us crazy because they have 3 big words when they're 2 years old. No! Mine. And what's the big one? Why? 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 They're like Pac-Man coming at you. Why? You know? Or I guess a Spanish kid. Por qué, por qué, por qué, por qué. Okay. Arriba, arriba. They say why, and then what do we say? We say, because I said so. Which doesn't really make sense, does it, to a 2-year-old kid? Because, or we go the other way and we start using our parents' phrases that we learned. I have a theory. It usually hits about 12, 13 years old when we don't want to be around our parents. Our parents aren't cool anymore. We'd rather be with our friends. And then we grow up and we have our own kids and we realize our parents are really sharp. And we want to hang out with our parents in those later years because we learn neat stuff from them. One of the things we wanted to learn is how they were able to confuse us so we would leave them alone. Right? So we start to use all those phrases. We've all heard them. We all use them. You break your legs, don't come running to me. Are you lying? Tell me the truth. Did I tell you not to talk with your mouth full? Answer me. Ever hear that? You ever have your parents ask you if you want them to kick your butt? Did you ever get that? Would you like me to get my belt? Yeah, Dad, I'll drop the trousers. Get some salt, too. You think that's gone on throughout history? I bet it's universal. I bet if you could somehow miraculously go back 2,000 years to ancient Rome, I bet you would find a mom or dad standing there in the streets of ancient Rome. Claudius? It's a Roman kid's name. I'm going to count to I. Folks, that's a Roman numeral joke. How many of those are you getting in your lifetime? Give me some credit. Come on. High V. Hi, this is Jeff Harms. Did you know that Dry Bar Comedy has its own app? I would suggest right now that you download it, and that way you can watch my special, where I just performed here. Please do. Thanks.